It's Tuesday, the 27th of March, 2018, and welcome to Navigating Your Day. In Jin Jitsu, there are only 26 safety energy locks, so we don't have a specific meaning for 27, but 27 is a 9, and 9 means the end of a cycle is the beginning of a new. So if you look at the number sequence, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the next number, 10, is a 1. And that's repeated all the way through our counting, the way in which we count. So 9 brings the cycle to an end, and it serves as a springboard for the new cycle to come out of. 9 acts as a 0 in many calculations, so it actually it's a placekeeper. So 9 today, we can connect with that energy of ending a cycle, and it's serving as the springboard for a new. We've also got safety energy lock number 18, which is it's about body consciousness. It's the foundation of the human personality. And so my understanding of that body consciousness is being able to appreciate that our bodies are intrinsic part of who we are. We very often bypass them. We treat our bodies as if they're like outside of ourselves. We run by the mind, and the body is just that part that you drag around. But your body is the only part of you that is always in the present. It can never be in the past. I can never remember when I weighed 10. I can remember when I weighed 10 kilograms less, but I don't weigh 10 kilograms less right now. And I can fantasize about how I'm going to weigh 10 kilograms less. But right now, I don't weigh 10 kilograms less. I weigh what I weigh right now. Your body is always in the present. And so signs and symptoms are almost always, I think I can make that statement, an attempt to bring you back into the present connection with yourself. And safety energy lock number 18, which is located here on the inside of the thenar eminence, helps us to connect with that consciousness, with that idea that the body is the foundation of the mind, the emotion, and the spirit. Not really, okay, but you know what? You can be intellectually or mentally extremely profoundly stimulated, and you can be emotionally incredibly zen-like. And if your physical body is in a lot of pain, it's very difficult to be mentally and emotionally and even spiritually stable, happy, inspired. But when your physical body is feeling great, it's much easier for you to have clarity of thought and clarity and connection to your emotions and feel connected to something bigger than who you really are. So being able to keep your animal and your spiritual nature in balance and harmony becomes much easier if you're not being distracted by pain or discomfort in your physical body. Okay, so today we have the opportunity to resonate with this energy of the 9. And so 9 is transformative. 9 is about transforming and changing and taking what you've gathered over the last period of time and discarding what doesn't serve you, transforming what has happened. In other words, make sense of it. Feel it, think about it, metabolize it, equilibrate it, bring it into some sort of form of cohesion that resonates with you, and that not just that you can cope with or deal with, but that you are satisfied with, and then you can expand into the next version of yourself, taking all of that stuff along with you and discarding the stuff that doesn't serve you any longer. So that's the energy that we can resonate with today. 9 is the child, so it's trusting. It's resilient. It's deeply intuitive. Today, we really have the opportunity to deeply connect with our intuitive selves. And the hero of today, I'm just jumping to that, is a 5. And 5s are incredibly sensitive to ESP. So 5s are sensitive to energy outside of just this physical that we can hear, see, feel, taste, and touch, that we can experience with our 5 senses. And 9 is extremely intuitive. 9 is able to cut right to the heart of the matter without having to overanalyze and overthink. And that's the energy that we can resonate with today. 9 loves to be engaged with doing something that they find engaging, just like little children. So just like little children, you need to care for yourself as if you were a young child today. You need to have fun if you can, please do. You need to eat nutritious food. You need to make sure you get enough sleep, and you need to have hugs and connection with people. And when you do that, you will truly resonate with this transformative energy of the 9 that we have access to today. Of course, we've got the 3 from March. 3 is going to say all work and no play is what makes you successful. Stop buggering around. 9's going to say, oh, this is so boring. I don't want to do this anymore. Please, can we go and have fun? And 2 is going to say, well, if you could just get in touch with your emotions, what do you really feel like doing? Okay, so I know I'm making it sound like the numbers are like, voices in your head, but actually when you think of them that way, sometimes it makes a whole lot more sense. So you might find yourself being pulled a bit more into the grown-up world, and because you think that you may think that fun is frivolous. It's not about frivolity. It's not about tequila shots. It could be, but it is more about being engaged with what you are doing. So if you are busy doing a task today, ask yourself, how is this making me feel? Do I really want to be doing this? Is this exciting for me? Have I just started doing this is this like painting my numbers? It's just so boring. I can do it, but I'm not really loving it. That's the opportunity that we have today to actually connect with what it is that is really serving us. Children are intrinsically selfish. They don't walk around going, are you sure that, I'm really tired, but I'll stay awake if you want me to. Or, I can see you're really exhausted. I don't really feel like sleeping, but I'll go to bed to make you feel better. Children don't do that, right? They have their own agendas. They run on their own schedule. And when they want something, they want something. And when they don't get what they want, they're bloody miserable. But they generally bounce back quite quickly. And if you engage them in doing something that they find fascinating, they are completely riveted until they get bored. Then they don't want to do that thing anymore. No matter, yesterday it could have been the best thing ever. Today, they don't want to do it anymore. Once they've learned how to build that puzzle, not interested. However, there's a story that they love because something in the story really triggers their imagination. You've got to read that story every single day, over and over and over, until you know all the words, right? You don't even have to read the story any longer. That's children for you. So that is, if we lived our lives that way, without necessarily trying to dodge responsibility, because children don't dodge responsibility either. They don't go, oh, this learning to walk thing, you know what, it's too much responsibility for me. I can't handle that right now. Or talking, oh my God, this is so hard. I can't get my tongue and my lips around that. And what language are you people speaking? Can you just speak one language to me? Kids don't do that. They just pick it up and they go, because they know that by learning to do those things, they navigate their way through the world and they foster connection. So that's the energy that we can really connect to today. The hero, I told you, is the 5. 5 is about adapting. 5 is about inventing new ways of being, new ways of looking at the world, new ways of allowing yourself to be. If you want to wear something really funky today and you think you're too old for it, why don't you just do it, right? Because that's a child kind of thing, and that's an expanding your horizons kind of thing. The villain today is also a 5. So the 5 in the villain position is the over-analysis paralysis one, right? 5 in the villain position can get extremely anxious. Now, we've got it in the hero too, so it does actually help to mitigate that somewhat, but it can be over-analytical. It can only think. It goes, this intuition stuff, what a lot of crap. I'm not doing that. I'm relying on sound, logic, and feeling. I'm not going to feel. I'm just going to think. And the more I think, the worse scenario I create, and the worse scenarios I create, the more anxious I become. And so it goes. So please guard against that today. So luckily, as I say always, we've got Jinshinjutsu. Today, you can hold the thumb because that's where safety energy lock number 9 is. Or if you want to, you can hold safety energy lock number 18. Or if you want to, you can hold the little finger. So if you find yourself being anxious, the thumb would probably be a better bet. If you are anxious and overwhelmed because you need it all to be perfect, and because actually you need to be a responsible adult, and that you can't be so childish. And what kind of advice is that fruitcake woman giving us and telling us we need to play more in our lives, right? If that's what's happening to you today, hold your little finger, okay? If you are overthinking and you know what you're anxious about, then maybe holding the thumb. You've got choices: the thumb, the little finger, or safety energy lock number 18. I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow.